Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, so we are starting here on the smaller time frames because we broke structure yesterday. Buyers gave it up, and now today we're seeing that follow through of the bears remaining in control. We broke down from the zone that we were holding over here. We came back up, tested as resistance. And as you can see, we flushed, made a new low, came back up, tested again as resistance, and boom, you rejected again. Now it's coming down to the 5-minute time frame. I am going to point out you had Tuesday's low of day over here, right at the end of the day, flushed down underneath it today. Guess what? Came up, retested it. So pretty much the same structure we just took a look at on the hourly time frame, except in a different spot. Sellers prevailed there, pushed it down, came back up, pushed it down again. And then you got rejected from the zone we were just looking at. So I'm just going to say right now, I'm going to reiterate what I said in yesterday's video. Now that this happened, all right, now that, the gap fill was not, acting as a support going on. It was, I was looking at it as a potential pivot point. The bull case that I was looking at is your decline was going to stop right here. But guess what? That didn't happen. You broke the structure yesterday. It looked very weak. You came down today. And as you can see, you are very far under that 443 level right now. And the next level is going to be 438.18, which is the level we've been calling out over here. You can see that on the daily time frame with those 3 touches right there. And underneath there, we have the door open to 431, which is the low of this candlestick right here, 431.19. Am I saying we get down to 431? No. But I am saying we're just going to play it level by level. And it was weak looking yesterday. As we could see, we got the fall through today. And if you do not find buyers here at 438, you can for a potential bounce, but you're going to have to see a change in structure. You need to see an uptrend start to form. What does that include? You need to see a higher high followed by a higher low after, and then you have to go back up and break that higher high, and then you have your uptrend. So until that happens, I'm just going to say it's not safe to go long. I do think there's going to be a great dip buying opportunity, so you can try that one out, but I'm not going to say it's going to be safe because you won't have that uptrend established. As of this candlestick right here, this is when we knew that a downtrend was on the table, and after you came up, you had this lower high right here compared to over here. And then boom, that candle also came out and put in a lower low. So as of that candlestick, we knew we were in a downtrend and it was not safe to test out your longs. But again, like I said in the beginning of the video, you do have this level not supporting anymore. And that was going to be your dip buy opportunity. That was going to be the breakout level that you really wanted to hold. But as you can see on the weekly time frame, this thing does not look pretty. Does look like we are coming down to test that level, and I'm not going to say it looks like it's going to hold. It looks like we're going to fall straight through and come all the way down here. And this was the level that we were going to be looking out for on the weekly time frame if you could not hold your breakout right here, because this was your last major low. All right. If you don't hold the major low, that is when you have on a larger time frame, on the weekly time frame, you will have a complete trend change on your hands. Well, it's not going to be complete. We're going to need to see something like this. If you come down here, let's say you do not stop right here and you put down a slightly lower low there, come back up, maybe you come back up to test 440, and then you come over here, guys, then you have a larger time frame downtrend on your hands, which just will not be pretty. Welcome to the 439s. That is where we are at right now. And we're going to move on over to QQQ and cover that real quick. And we'll start with IWM. I'm going to point out IWM is not holding its breakout zone that I was watching for. So again, this is another one that is just not safe to long at the current point in time. Very ugly candlestick on the daily time frame. Actually, before we go any further, I am going to note what caused this recent, waterfall style that we got going on over here. This move right there was the FOMC minutes. The FOMC minutes did expose that most of the Fed members support an interest rate increase. Some of them did not because they were worried about being over tightened, and most of them also saw the recession in 2023 being a real risk. So we do have the recession trade going on now. That is why I believe this reaction is going on here. I'm just letting you guys know. So we do just cover the charts here on this channel, but I'll let you know. I think that is why you are seeing this aggressive breakdown. That is that. Now, finally, coming over here to QQQ, I am actually going to point out on the 5-minute time from here, you just flushed underneath the 363.41 level, came up, and guess what? Sellers have now flipped that level from support into resistance. And if we just come over here to the hourly time frame, I will show you where that level comes from. It is the low of this candlestick. If I can get it right there, 363.41. But as we just looked on the 5-minute time frame, hey, it is now resistance. So you're going to want to get back above there. And until you do, that is the resistance to be watching. Now, let's just look at what is the next level we have to be paying attention to. Now, you are still in this descending channel. I will also note that. But what is the next level underneath this? It's all the way down here at 357.59. And let me just do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. That is a $6 drop from the current price. Am I saying that's going to happen? No, but I'm saying we go level by level here on this channel, and that is going to be the next level now that we see what we just saw, this flush underneath support. Now, we're going to finish up over here with Apple. I am going to point out Apple, for some reason, is holding up rather well here, but it is coming down to the level that really needs to hold over here. So if you do see Apple get a break of 176.55, that is when I'm going to say, hey, Apple's probably about to lead the move lower, and you likely follow this arrow that we put on the chart yesterday. Obviously, if we do get an aggressive bounce in indices, then Apple likely will continue to hold this level like it has been. But let me just do a little something like this. I actually saw this on Twitter earlier. I don't remember who posted it, but I did see this, and this was a bear flag going on. So, you know, it doesn't have to turn into a bear flag if you don't see like a breakdown here. And I'm just going to reiterate what I just said. It is holding in comparison to the rest of the market. It is holding rather well. You see Amazon getting this aggressive move lower. Apple has, like, it's already gotten a lot of its selling. So we can sell, and it will lead the way lower if you do give up that 365. What was it? 365. 376.55. My apologies. So if you do give that up, which I'm actually also going to point out right now, all right, maybe you have a little bit of head and shoulders action going on here on the hourly time frame. If you give that up, it will lead the way lower. If it, you know, rallies from here, it's going to lead the way higher. Either way, it is the most heavily weighted stock, and it will be taking the market in one direction or the other. Now, we do have Jackson Hole next week. So if we do just decide to plummet off the face of the cliff right here, all right, or the side of the cliff, and we decide to come all the way down here, I have to assume Jackson Hole, that event is probably going to be bullish. Or why do I have to assume that? Do you see that daily RSI going on right there? All right, it's in the 38s right now. If we do end up getting down here, I can guarantee you that thing's going to be oversold. And even in the bear market, this is where you put in your bottom. So I'm just going to say right now, I do not think, I still am going to, you know, reiterate what I'll say. I'll admit my fault here, all right? And well, it's not my fault. It's just I made a prediction, all right? The prediction was 442.97. That's going to be your buying opportunity, and that is likely where buyers decide to step back in. Buyers, there's no sign of buyers stepping in on that gap fill yesterday. I pointed that out in yesterday's video. So I'll admit where I'm wrong there. I was wrong about that one. But again, I had no way of being right. Like, you know, I have no crystal ball here. All I got to do is make these educated guesses going off of the content that we have here on this channel. If you are new to this channel, by the way, we are about to hit 3,000 subs. Join the gang. I want to thank you guys for being with me. 3,000 of us here. That is kind of impressive. That's a lot, all right? In this niche, guys, all right? In this niche, whatever you want to call it. You know, guys, we're making a name for this channel, all right? So I really do appreciate you guys so much. There aren't a lot of, like, you know, once we get up to the 10,000K mark, you know, that's when we're going to be in, like, you know, the top 1% of the finance YouTubers. There's a lot out there. There are so many small channels, it's ridiculous. And once we get to that 10K mark, that's when, like, officially, we're not going to be, like, we are going to be a small channel, but in our niche, we're not going to be a small channel. So I do very much so appreciate you guys. Spread the word. We will be here every single, well, 6 days a week, right? We do a weekly, well, actually 7 days a week now, because we're going to be doing the Sunday night live stream. So that is going to be really fun. So 7 days a week, you guys can expect content coming out of this channel. Look at this, back into the 439s. But yeah, guys, all right, if we do come down here, QQQ's going to have its daily RSI also down at 30. And then, I mean, I'm going to come over here and just flash this. I don't really care. It really does look like it's about to be completely burned here, right? This divergence, guys, it's about to be completely burned. So I want to point that one out. Divergence trolled me this whole time, and I'm just going to point out, this has not happened all throughout the bear market. So when you put these in, you got like aggressive 2 to 3% bounces. Even if you were going to go lower, you got those 2 to 3% bounces. We didn't get 2 to 3% bounces. All right. And this is out of the bear market. All right. So, but then again, hey, recession trade is back. Maybe that is going to cause us to crash. I'm not saying we're going to crash. I don't think that's going to happen. But also here on NASDAQ, you did now slash that quadruple bullish divergence going on right there. And you actually are hitting the bottom of your channel. So that is also something to point out. If we do break this, you know, that's going to be something different. You have, well, if we move it up here, you have another touch point. So we can put it right there, right? So you have 1 touch point, 2 touch point, 3, 4, and this will be your 5th. And the upper bound, this is a parallel channel to that one, which I just moved it a little, so maybe it won't be parallel. You have 1, 2, and 3. So this is a respected channel going on. Maybe we are about to put in the bottom, but I'm just going to tell you right now, just going off of price action, we're in the middle of absolutely nowhere right now, and you have this fair value gap, but that's about it. Maybe you get buyers stepping up there, but probably not. And yeah, let's actually come over to Meta. So this is something that we're looking at, and maybe we are going to get that buying opportunity over here on Meta. And I'm just going to point out, if we do get the buying opportunity on Meta, low or high. All right, probably, you know, maybe, I don't know. All right, but head and shoulder, you see what I'm seeing right there? I know, messy drawn. That is okay. And yeah, with that being said, guys, I will catch y'all in the next one. Everybody have a lovely day of, a lovely rest of your day, and I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.